Hey gang, how's it going? Mr. P. Ray here with you on a late September afternoon or early evening, I guess you could say. Got a couple of things I want to say about the 2016 presidential election. Is crazy and as unpredictable as it's been. And why identity politics doesn't matter anymore in America. Try to adjust this camera here. Yeah, man, I'm out enjoying the lake. I actually just went for a little swim. Water's a little cooler than I thought it'd be. I mean, it was like 80. Hell, I think it was 88 when I got out of. Got done with work today. I actually was. Computer class at the middle school. That was my assignment today. And middle school, anytime you're there, definitely could be up for a challenge. Middle school kids tend to be more hyperactive, shorter attention spans, just starting to hit puberty, all that crazy stuff. So, yeah. Anyway, it was fun. It went all right. So, second Republican debate was last night, and I still got like an hour and a half to watch of it, but yeah, I saw some highlights, and I watched the first hour or so in DVR after I got home from work last night, and my feelings about it are, you know, I was really kind of taken by the things they didn't discuss. More than anything, no discussion of income inequality, no discussion of the fact we've got almost 50 million people living in poverty in this country, and another huge chunk of people that are living paycheck to paycheck and in near poverty, I guess you could say. You know, people that if they lost their jobs, they probably wouldn't be able to keep paying rent or keep paying the mortgage very long because they're just scraping by. But, you know, no discussion of poverty or income inequality. They didn't discuss any of the racial imbalance with our criminal justice system. A lot of back and forth and personality-driven crap. Of course, a lot of focus still on Donald Trump. I know in, you know, kind of digesting some of the feedback, people's analysis. A lot of people think Carly Fiorina, however the hell you say her name, former CEO of Hewlett Packard. She wasn't even a good CEO. She laid off a lot of her own people, ended up getting fired. But anyway, a lot of people tend to think that she won the debate. I haven't seen most of the meat and potatoes where she gets into discussing policy, but even the policy things that she did discuss, I heard that it was kind of thin-skinned. But kind of to get down to business here, you know, Donald Trump and Bernie Sanders are probably the two hottest candidates running this year. And whether, you know, they're both outsider, kind of anti-establishment candidates, whether either one of them wins their respective party nomination, we'll have to see. But I think people obviously are just thirsty for straight talk. And obviously, large majority of the public does not trust politicians. We had record low voter turnout in the 2014 primary election. And, you know, we're going to have a better turnout this go around. But you got a couple of guys. Bernie Sanders is a self-described Democratic Socialist. And Donald Trump, who knows where he claims he's a conservative, but he's held some liberal positions in the past on issues like gay marriage, and even voiced support for single-payer health care and other issues. But basically, these guys are speaking a lot of truth about Citizens United and the fact that the 1% are buying off politicians like they're hogs at the trough. In this country, you know, you look at most of the major candidates, they're bankrolled by Wall Street firms, financial firms, banks, oil companies, just the same old. And billion. I mean, that's the interesting thing about the post Citizens United world. You've got, if you get one billionaire to back you, you can run a long presidential campaign. You could even put up mediocre numbers, and kind of like Newt Gingrich did the last go round, where he only won one primary or something, was able to stay in the race a long time because billionaire Sheldon Adelson was backing him. So really discussing a lot of the things we've seen with the soft money in politics, and of course a lot of that probably directly linked to the union busting in these red states, the states that have the large Republican majorities in the legislatures, where they've gone for right to work. I mean, the Midwest, always known as a pragmatic place with a lot of smart, hardworking people in the past, and for the most part, Midwestern states always support workers' rights and unions, and because being from Indiana, the Midwest, we got a lot of common sense here. You say what you will about people from the heartland, but tend to be nice people and down to earth. But you've seen turds like Scott Walker in Wisconsin, and some of these other really radical governors. We've had a couple of radical ones here in Indiana the past recent years. Mike Pence and Mitch Daniels both have governed pretty radically and towards try to placate the far right and the rather seedy elements of the business community. Groups like ALEC that are all for union busting and free trade and other things that are terrible for working people. But it's been kind of amazing. I've always been a fan. I've always liked Bernie Sanders. He's very authentic. For one thing, the guy he knows what he stands for. He speaks a lot of truths about our society that the mainstream media and that the other politicians just glaze over, because a lot of them are on the take from these corporations. And this is a guy that goes out and walks the picket line with striking workers. He doesn't do it because he's trying to get be part of the soundbite culture or get favorable media coverage. He does it because that's what he believes. He just walked with some striking mill workers in Iowa a while back out. While he was taking a break from the campaign. He just walked out there, got the placards, started marching with them and talking with them about, what is it we're going to do? How long are you willing to